Okay, hopefully we've got a short video today. We're going to be looking at compound interest, which is something that you've covered before in lower move. So compound interest is a regular percentage increase or decrease. Now in general this might happen in a bank, which is an example we'll look at. Okay, let's look at the first example then. So this is a standard example. So let's say I put £200 in a savings account. Each year I earn 2.5% interest. A, how much do I have after 1 year? Question part B, after 2 years, how much do I have? And C, after 10 years, how much do I have? Okay, so looking at what compound interest is, it's a regular percentage increase or decrease. Now to do the first part, we're going to use some of the ideas from the previous video. It's a percentage increase, so we're going to look at the multipliers. So because I'm increasing 200 by 2.5%, I'm going to do 200 times by 1.025. Okay? This is 2.5% increase as a multiplier. So when you do that in your calculator, you get £205. Okay. And that makes sense, because if it was £100, 2.5% would be £2.50. So £200, 2.5%, £5. Add it on, £205. Okay, after 2 years. So, you take what we got after the first year. This is one way you could do it. There are two ways you could do it. You take what happened after the first year, and you multiply that by 1.025, because it's increasing again by 2.5%. So it would be 205 times by 1.025, gives you 200 in your calculator, 210.125. Because it's money, we might round it to 2 decimal places. Okay, so this is one way to think about it. We take this first year and we increase that by 1.025%, or times it by 1.025, and that gives us the second year. But this isn't very helpful if, say, we're doing 10 years, because we'd have to, in our calculator, do 210.125 times by 1.025, then take that answer and times it by 1.025, and take that answer and times it by 1.025. So there's a quicker way. So what we do is we look at this 205. This £205 came from the previous question. And £205, looking at the previous question, is the same as 200 times by 1.025. If you compare this to the previous question, then you can see it's the same. We rewrite 1.025 there. Okay? Now what we can do is we've got 200 times 1.025 times 1.025. So this is the same as 200. Oh, God, hold on, let me just change that. This is the same as 200 times by 1.025 squared. 200 times 1.025 times 1.025. This will give us the answer. Okay, now notice how the squared there, 2, refers to the number of years. Okay. So, looking at 10 years then, hopefully you can see that the calculation will be simple. It's going to be 200 times by 1.025 to the power of 10. When you do this in your calculator, you get £256 and 2 pence to the nearest pence. Okay, I'll write this question out. You should really pause the video after I've written the question, try and attempt it yourself. So a ball drops from a height of 4 meters. After each bounce, its height reduces by 10%. Okay? This is the setup. Part A, how high is the ball after 1 bounce? B, how high is the ball after 20 bounces? Okay. Now, this is still compound interest, but instead of a compound interest where it increases, this is a compound interest where it decreases. So to find the 1 bounce, after 1 bounce, we're going to use a multiplier. Now, you should pause the video here and try and do both questions yourself and see if you got them right. Use your notes, write the notes in one colour, then check and see if you need to change them or amend them. Okay, pause it, and we're back. So, we could do 4 meters times by 0.9. Since we're reducing it by 10%, the multiplier is 0.9. This gives 3 meters, 3.6 meters. Okay? Good, so after 1 bounce it's that high. How high is it after 20? Well, we could keep timesing this by 0.9, but it's not very efficient. So we just times it by 0.9 to the power of 20, and this gives us 0.49 meters to 2 decimal places. Okay? Right, that's 2 types of compound interest questions in a nutshell. I've kept this video to about 5 minutes. I hope you're looking forward to the next instalment.